Hi everyone. I just wanted to talk about post another video. I know you're probably getting sick and tired of my videos about Henry, but I just wanted to post when the accident first happened. I typed something about in about November 2 and about technically about him. So our friend Henry died on October 30th, 2010. He was struck and killed while riding his bike home from his best friend Chase's house by an off-duty police officer who had been drinking for 6 hours leading up to the crash. The officer, Michael Koisonen, had been going 73 miles per hour on a street that with a speed limit of 35 miles per hour. Henry suffered fractures to his skull, brain damage, and spinal damage. Eyewitnesses said that the driver had gotten out and was staggering and threw a Budweiser bottle in the yard, trying to dispose of the evidence. Koisonen's father, who was a sergeant, was the first responder on the scene and had taken his son back and forth from the scene before the ambulance arrived to bring him to the hospital, where he refused a blood and urine test to check his BAC, blood alcohol content. However, he had been caught on tape drinking at the Suffield Tavern and at the Yukon Husky game tailgating. Henry's last words in English class was, "It's always good to do the right thing when you get the chance." Those words will never leave my mind. He was a good kid. He didn't deserve this. I just wish Michael Koisonen would have done the right thing in the first place, and maybe our friend would still be here. Koisonen's lawyer makes me sick to my stomach when I see he is trying to put the blame onto Henry. He's saying that if Henry's bike didn't have reflectors and the rider had no helmet on, Henry isn't here to defend himself. His family's lawyer maybe, but it's not the same. What's even worse is Koisonen's father was protecting a family member, yes, but Henry's family didn't even know he needed the protection. How is that fair? Everyone writing on the news walls isn't helping heal our wounds. In fact, it digs them deeper. It breaks my heart thinking Henry getting hit at 73 miles per hour and being left there. Had he not been speeding, Henry would simply be injured and still with us. I know Michael Koisonen didn't intend to hit Henry that night. The mistake he made was not coming clean. He let his father and his lawyer influence him. I know there are some good people on the police force in my town. I haven't lost my respect for them. I found this quote and I thought of him. In my opinion, an author's success should not be judged by how many books they can sell, or if they're on the top of some list. If a writer can write one sentence, not an entire book or paragraph, but only one sentence that has the power to help one person, or possibly even change a life, I'd call that a success. It reminded me of one of the last things Henry wrote in English, and how much it helped change all of our lives. We never really got to know each other. However, I wish I got the chance. He was the type of kid who bettered our school by walking into school every morning with a big, huge smile on his face, and anyone who looked at him couldn't help but smile back and say, "There goes Henry Dang. What a great kid." Now our hallways will never be quite as bright and cheerful. He was the kid in school who touched everyone's life in some way or another. Not once had I ever heard someone say a single bad thing about him. It's hard to comprehend how such a terrible tragic thing could happen to someone so kind-hearted. It's a downright shame. Watching everyone in school that Monday after the accident cry and mourn was the saddest I've been in quite some time. I couldn't wrap my brain around how this could have happened and someone so young and so much ahead of them. Then I couldn't help but remember at lunch when he'd start the slow clapping, and it dawned on me that everyone didn't clap because they wanted to join in. Everyone was clapping for Henry. Now at lunch he's not there to clap with us. I hope he's watching over every single person at WLHS with that smile of his. It bothers me more than anything is pleading not guilty because of the poor lighting and that no state officials saw any signs of intoxication. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that he was speeding and drunk. You don't think that might have had something to do with it? If someone had seen Henry get hit, obviously the lighting conditions couldn't have been poor. Unless, of course, he was intoxicated. People in town are also saying that they'd respect Koisenen's father for stepping down after he found out it was his son. But he didn't really, did he? By bringing him back and forth until an ambulance came, covering his son's trail while Henry lay face down in the road. What a jackass. I know that they say to forgive and forget, but I don't know I can at this point. My condolences go out to his family and friends. His sister Jenny is the strongest person I've seen, walking through school with her head held high, willing to talk about him without cry. She is so brave. I'll never forget him. He got his wings, Angel. Henry Dane, you are forever in my heart. Rest in peace.